Oh, hey, you. Well, guess what? You made it. Here it is. File number 6. Yeah. File 6. That's you. You made it here. And, this is Pile 6 for the 999 Leadership Mode Portal Event Time Reading regarding the Numerological Holiday of 999. So, good for you. Pile 6. You're here. Good job. If you're okay with that, then continue on in this video. If you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, well, you go down into the description and check out the link of Pile Selection. There you can choose your pile. It's a rather charming experience. I show you charms. You can choose from charms or the cards. Use your intuition. And then maybe I'll see you again for Pile 6. Alright, bye. Welcome, one and all, to the Wheel of Fortune. Where it stops, no one knows. What do we got? Okay. Well, we got prosperity in reverse here. Next to hoarding resources, also in reverse, because you got nothing to hold. But your Wheel of Fortune is in rising energy. Lucky you. So, it's not one of those financial situations, unfortunately. Oh, heck no. No, this is emotional fulfillment. Despite your 3 of Cups situation over here. Oh, and golly gee, the Queen of Cups herself also spilling out her tea. Well, no social opportunities for you. No emotional stability. But you know what? The fulfillment option is a grand fortune indeed. There's something going well, and you better focus on it because everything else... Gee, what do we got up here? Well, your burdens are being lifted off of your back upside down. That's a good thing. Maybe you're all alone at this moment, and you have nothing, and you have no one but your house, or maybe your room, because you can't afford your own place right now. At least your room is emotionally satisfying to you. You know, when there's not bugs in it, because that devastates you. But anyway, you made the best out of your living situation with what you got, and that makes you happy. Despite people hoarding resources from you and blocking you from your prosperous future, and through all the gossip and the lies that you aren't aware of because you don't know they're talking about you, and then there's this emotionally manipulative creature who attempted to control you. No, you're fine. You're fine playing video games on your computer. Oh, wait. What is this? There's more! What's this? This is you. Here you are. You're waiting. You're waiting for your ship to come in. Ooh, and what is this? This is it! This is your ship! Golly, your ship's finally coming in! Your burdens will soon be lifted, because the ship is going to carry your luggage for you. No burdens anymore. Now is the time for adventure. So yeah, you can't afford your own ride right now, but someone is gonna pick you up or deliver something to you. This could be even one of those relationships. We got a girl moving away from a bad situation, and she has no money. And we got a boy over here waiting on her for the shoreline, and he also has no money. But the Wheel of Fortune is in their favor. This is like a lucky meeting, a chance encounter, some kind of business deal actually going through for once. Maybe this... Well, it's emotionally satisfying. And maybe the idea of just future love makes you happy right now. Maybe two people are actually moving in together sometime in the future. Maybe even today. Well, now, the Queen of Cups here. This could be a scenario where a girlfriend moves in with a guy who's still living with his... I wrote down money. I meant to write down mother. This could be a scenario where a girlfriend moves in with a guy who's still living with his mother. Now, don't blame him, blame the economy. I mean, if he's living with his money, that's fine too. But anyway, and she doesn't seem too thrilled about having a female in the house. She's probably gossiping behind your backs, maybe even withholding money as a control mechanism to further trap you with her, which is irony. And if this isn't a relationship, and if this isn't a relation kind of ship, then this is your opportunity coming in. And someone you live with is cosmically trying to prevent you. And she's gossiping behind your backs, maybe even withholding money as a control mechanism. And if this isn't a relation kind of ship, and this is your opportunity coming in to your life, your ship coming in finally, your cosmic frequency of receiving something nice. And someone you live with is cosmically trying to prevent you from living your life. But you are making the most of your experience, be it with someone else or with yourself. Your room is your room. And that is a place where you deserve to be happy. Ultimately, this is fantastic. Sure, you need to focus on your fantasies. Fantasies? No. I mean, this is fantastic. Focus on your finances. And do your best not to drown in your emotions. I mean, express them healthy like a real emo, so you don't ruin your potential social opportunities. By bottling it all up like a normie. Overall, this is it. Your ship is coming in. Fortune is in your favor, despite your current poverty. But, yeah, maybe there's an element of alcoholism here. Always drink in moderation when you go out socializing. You want to be sober on that drive back, or else you'll miss your opportunity to connect with someone, because you're dead. So don't drink and drive. Maybe you accidentally kill someone else. You want that on your conscience? Yes? No. Gosh, maybe this is you, and you're drunk, and you need a call for a ride. Whatever the scenario, control yourself. Come on. And anyway, that was the Wheel of Fortune. Where it stops, no one knows. But your burdens are being lifted. You're happy, and things are finally connecting. This is it. Your ship has come in. Now what are you gonna do when you're on that ship, huh? Are you gonna be emotionally compromised? Are you going to miss out on a social opportunity because you need to be strict with your finances? Like a lot, because it's on both sides of the wheel. Maybe you can't afford the gas or the bus fare, but you still can get to your destination by means of a bicycle. Maybe you can't afford the gas or the bus fare, but you can still get to your destination by means of a bicycle. Do not let your financial situation prevent you from socializing, because it's that socializing that may just save your life, that may just give you the happiness boost that you needed. But do so only if it's not a burden to you. Don't just show up when the night's always miserable for you, wasting your time, wasting your energy. I mean, that's what video games are for. You can just sit down at your house, enjoy the night yourself. Also, you know, yeah, only do things if it's not a burden to you, if it makes you happy. Riding a bicycle is tiresome, so make sure that you are healthy enough to make that long journey. Always bring water and a snack, because you may just fall on the ground because you're out of shape. But anyway, it may take you longer to get there. Like, the other bicycle people are gonna pass you a lot, and they might stop and ask if you're okay, and you'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm just slow. Okay. So anyway, that happens a lot. So it may take you longer to get there, but at least you're doing something. And it's better than staying around the house being miserable, especially when you're in the wrong company. And so there's this fantastic adventure that you can have while seeing the world from a different perspective. You know, if you're in a car, you get to your destination quickly, sure. But when you have to walk or take a bicycle, especially if you're walking alone at night with no one around to protect you, you get to see raccoons. You get to see coyotes. I saw a rat once. That was interesting. You get to see all these things. Cats. You know, cats come out at night. And owls. Yeah, I saw owls. That was kind of fancy. You know, the humans tried to arrest me, but, you know, I saw the owls and the cats and the coyotes. So you have a fantastic adventure when you're alone at night. On a bicycle, you get to go down paths that you never knew existed. You get to see the back roads. You get to see all these flowers that you would have missed. Zooming $85, not dollars, goddamn. Money's on the mind. 85 miles down the road, you would have missed all the pretty flowers. You know, I was going somewhere, and I didn't turn when I was supposed to, so I found my way there through the back roads, and I saw, you know, some pretty things, some interesting things, and I had an experience because I didn't take the path directly there. So wonderful things can happen when you so-called get lost. You know, are you really lost, or are you just bored and you want to wander? Anyway, where was I? Got a script here. I was walking. I was talking off script. Let's see. No burden. Riding a bicycle is tiresome. Yeah, it may take you longer to get there, but at least you're doing something. It's better than staying around the house being miserable all day in the wrong company. And so there's a fantastic adventure that you can have while seeing the world from a different perspective. You know, maybe you need to move in with someone that you don't like due to financial reasons, like I had to with my grandma. I went from a territory of rain and clouds and wonderfulness up in Portland down to the Los Angeles area with my grandma. Lives in a condo, and there's a desert, and there's sunlight everywhere, and it's horrible. But I got blackout curtains, so I can survive for the moment. But see, this connection up here, this suggests that you actually meet someone worthy of your existence in a new territory, within this new territory, while you're on your journey. And the pentacles don't really just mean money. This can also mean health as well. Maybe it's food. Maybe you're starving. Maybe it's a resource that you need. Maybe it's merchandise that you're selling right now online. But did you not make your merchandise yet? I didn't. I need to get on that so I can promote that to you. So you have something to buy, and I can get money. And so I can keep doing this for a living. So physicalities and liquidalities. Oh gosh, liquidizing your assets. I don't even know what that means. But you gotta ask yourself, what is the emotional value of something? Can you sell it? Are you keeping things you don't need? Like boxing gloves, or what else am I selling? A scanner / printer thing. Maybe it's a crossbow. that you bought that you don't know why. Anyway, what is the emotional value of something? Can you sell it? Are you keeping things you don't really need? Can you make a profit off the stuff that you have in your closet? Maybe this is you taking a trip to donate stuff. Maybe this is you posting a Craigslist ad and waiting and waiting and waiting for a response. My advice to you, always say no price negotiation, because you're gonna get those losers trying to do a win thing over you and devaluating your existence. Oh my gosh. You thought the guys at the club were rude, but oh wow. On Craigslist, they take advantage of you too. So, you want your stuff to go to a good home. You want someone worthy of your belongings. And sometimes you make a connection. You gotta feel it out. It is the person on the other side of the Craigslist portal, are they respecting you? Are they respecting your time? Are they saying nice things? Are they friendly? Or are they wording things in a very manipulative, kind of selfish, egotistical way? If you got two people wanting something, you give it to the nicer one. Don't settle for this grabby greediness. You want to help out people who deserve it. And that's a leadership thing, where you got to take responsibility. You can't just give away your time and energy to people undeserving. You need to go out of your way for someone who's worthy of that. This could be you, just waiting. Maybe this is you standing in front of your yard, trying to have a yard sale and watching the cars pass by, one after another, not stopping. Maybe you watch the people look at your stuff and walk on by. These resource cards are in reverse. So you either need to remove something that's unneeded from your life, unnecessary resources that you have, that you can donate, that you can sell. So it means sell or remove, or it means you don't have anything. You don't have any resources, and you need to rely on the services of others. And don't feel shame for that. Life is difficult. Life is terrible to us all. So also health. Health is a factor here. You got double fallen pentacles here. Maybe there's a sickness or an injury. Or maybe your crops didn't turn out so great this year. So you go through your winter nearly starving. And then there's the emotions. Are you drinking enough water? Maybe there's too many energy drinks. Or too much coffee. Maybe too much alcohol. Eat healthy. Drink well. Let your emotions out like a real emo. You gotta talk about things. Maybe you're finally happy enough, as you can be, at your house, at your home, in your room, but you got no friends. You got no family. You got no lovers, no pets, no nothing. So, what do? You do everything else. Start playing video games. You start making merch and filming yourself. Yeah, that's what you start doing. Anyway, so start learning how to make friends. There's websites for friend making. I haven't done this yet. Perhaps I need to start doing that too. I don't want to advertise something I don't know about, but, just type in friend making sites into DuckDuckGo and see what comes up. Try them out. Or maybe it's a romance thing you're after, like one of those relationships. And you had no luck down at the clubs, where everybody disrespects you, so you take a try at online dating. So look up dating sites. You gotta try something. Either way, be this a relationship or just the cosmic ship of life opportunities coming on in, presenting you with amazingness. There it is, just off the shoreline, with the wheel of fortune in your favor, removing your burdens and providing you with happiness. And so, I got a story for you. Alright, so I'm going to give you a real-world scenario that just happened to me regarding this situation. You see here's a guy right here, and he's waiting for his ship to come in, right? Because his car broke down or something happened to it. He can't have a car anymore. And so he's currently buying a bicycle, and I just happen to be selling a bicycle. So I went on Craigslist to sell my bicycle. It's just been sitting in my garage for literally years and years and years. And so, I haven't had any luck on Craigslist at all. I got the flakes. I get the guys trying to win something over by their negotiation. I had to put no negotiations on my things. But anyway, this bicycle was old, so I was only gonna sell it for like $40. And so, what happened is that this old guy, who doesn't have a car anymore, he has a hip issue and everything, nice guy, he needed a bicycle. So he found my posting on Craigslist for $40. Something he can afford, something I can sell and get money for. So, in this scenario, he was gonna have a friend of his who has a transportation ship, known as a car, drive over, but he was out of town or something, so he couldn't do that. And so I offered to drive over to his place to drop off this bicycle. I didn't know he was an old guy at the time. But anyway, my point is, I already lived the life in my early 20s where, my abusive family wouldn't drive me anywhere. So I had to get on a bicycle to go anywhere. Drive it all the way around. It was very exhausting. But I was in shape back then because of that bicycle. So it's not the bicycle I sold him. I've had several bicycles in my life. Long time ago, my bicycle was stolen from the goth club up in Portland in my early 20s. Now I'm in my mid-30s, and I just happen to be selling another bicycle. I never got to sell the other bicycles. No, I had to run away from home. Couldn't bring my bicycle with me. But anyway, down here in the desert, in the Los Angeles area, and when I came here, I didn't have a car. So, I needed a bicycle, which my abusive grandma happened to buy me, and that's the bicycle that he got. But anyway, my cousin's down here. Long story, but anyway, my cousin's down here. They were gonna get rid of their car because they were buying a new car, and so I got like this leftover car, this scrap car, which still functioned. They were gonna just scrap it, so they gave it to me, and so I didn't have to buy a car. I was gifted transportation, and that was a long time ago. So the bike that my grandma bought me for the desert was just sitting around for years and years and years, gathering dust. And so that's the bike that this guy got. I finally sold it on Craigslist, and he was my first Craigslist person to actually give me money. So it was a fantastic opportunity. Win-win scenario. And I got to drive down in my car with the bicycle on the back in darkness. I love the darkness. I hate the sunlight, and I hate being out in the day. So anyway, for whatever reason, communication was like delayed for some time. And I don't know, you're out of the room when the notification goes off, but that made it possible for me to drive at night. And so it felt extra special, like that, being that light in the darkness kind of thing. And I arrived there, and so he was very sweet. He was nice, and he's like, well, you're earning your angel wings tonight, delivering a bike in the middle of the night, kind of thing. And I'm like, oh shucks, that's sweet of you. So it was a nice memory. But anyway, when I first looked at this reading, because I drew this reading several days before this whole bicycle thing happened, I thought I was the one waiting for the ship to come in. But yet, in this scenario, I was the lady in the boat, hauling a bicycle, so this guy can have a bike. And so it kind of played out. The tarot actually predicted the future for me, and it was kind of fantastic. So yeah, and Also, for $40, he got a functional bike and bicycle accessories. He got a spare tire tube, one of those plastic tire things that, you can remove the tires with and put new tires on. It looks like a really large version of those sticks that you get with those cheesy crackers. Anyway, that's what it looks like. Long time ago. The children of today probably don't eat this cheesy crackers, but we did in our youth. Anyway, so yeah, he got like a very nice bicycle. What are they called? The locking thing where you lock up your bike. You got a bicycle lock. And it was like a curly one, and I gave him 2 keys for it. I spent like an hour looking for those keys, and I'm glad I found it, because now he's got 2 of them. And he's got a little bicycle pump, a handheld one, that actually attaches to the bike, because there was a little attachment thing. And I also gave him the bicycle headlight. Pretty good, decent headlight. It's one of those USB charging headlights, so you never need batteries, and you can actually use it. And it's fantastic. So he got all that. And gosh, was there something else? Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, he got a good deal, and it really helped him out because he needed transportation, and I knew what it was like having my own traumas with transportation up in Portland, that I was willing to drive down there, help this guy out. When I got there, I didn't know if this guy was like a teenager or middle-aged or old guy, but he was an old guy with hip issues who needed a bike for exercise and just general transport. And so, win-win situation. I could provide a service, and he could get an item for a good value and get accessories. And so, it was a wonderful night. And you look here, the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles are both in reverse. We both don't have money. But it's like he's getting out his wallet, and he's given what he can, the $40 for the bicycle and all the accessories. And I finally get paid for something, after years of not having an income. So it's wonderful. It's a burden lifted off of me, because this dusty bicycle doesn't have to sit in my garage anymore. And, it's a burden lifted off of him and his hip, because now he can ride around on a bike. So, yeah, it's those kind of things. Wheel of Fortune, got it in your favor. That's one scenario, one example of how this can, work for you. This connection wasn't the connection I was expecting in my future. This whole, what do they call them? Relationships. But, maybe that's still in my future. I'm seeing signs that one day, maybe before I die. I don't know. But, anyway, the cup's down here in the situation I just mentioned. It was emotionally fulfilling for both of us. And here we are, the Queen of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Cups in reverse. My social experience has always been negative. And maybe he's depressed. So here we are, meeting for this financial opportunity, and it was a wonderful memory. And yeah, he asked if he could have a hug. I gave a hug. It was a nice, huggy moment. Anyway, not to make that sound awkward, but it's like the light in the darkness kind of thing. To be that spark of hope, spark of inspiration. And I'm just reminded of Monty Python at this time, where it's is that a plane? Is that a superhero? No, it's bicycle repair woman. And it's kind of like a real world example of you showing up and doing something. So that happened, and that was a nice memory. And it's a win-win situation. So that's a real world example. So take it how it fits your situation. Yeah, where... And that was it. That was the end of the story. So, the Wheel of Fortune. Where it stops, no one knows.